Hello and welcome to BYJU'S IAS. Let's get started with our daily quiz and look at question number 1. Which of the following statements is or are correct? Number 1. Wholesale price index tracks prices devoid of transportation cost, retail margin and taxes. 2. WPI pertains to both goods as well as services. 3. WPI numbers are not the RBI's main metric for the purpose of setting monetary policy. Select the correct option from below. What is WPI? In simple terms, WPI measures and tracks the changes in goods before the retail level. Or we can say WPI focuses on the price of goods traded between corporations rather than goods bought by the consumers. And this WPI is primarily used as GDP deflator. So WPI tracks prices devoid of transportation cost, retail margin and taxes. This statement is correct. WPI pertains to both goods as well as services. No, not the services, only the goods. So statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 3, WPI numbers are not the RBI's main metric for the purpose of setting monetary policy. This statement is correct because the main metric is CPI. So select the correct option from below. It's 1 and 3. C is the right answer. What is the context? This is today's Indian Express newspaper. Despite not being a policy tool, WPI surge a cause of worry. Wholesale level inflation, which is what we call wholesale price index, it is at its highest since October 2012. Let's look at question number 2. Which of the following is or are airborne disease? What is the context? This is today's Indian Express newspaper. 10 key reasons why coronavirus transmission is primarily airborne. Airborne diseases, you can catch some diseases simply by breathing. These diseases are what we call airborne diseases. This can be a question in your prelims examination. Which of the following is or are airborne diseases? Common cold, yes. Chicken pox, yes. Measles, yes. Cholera is basically a waterborne disease. Hepatitis A, it spreads through food or water or contact with someone who is also affected. So 1, 2, 3, these are the airborne diseases. A is the right answer. Now let's look at question number 3. In which of the following industries is oxygen used on an industrial scale? What is the context? This is today's The Hindu newspaper. Center promises more oxygen ventilators for UP and Chhattisgarh. In which of the following industries is oxygen used on an industrial scale? Steel, yes. In steel industry, oxygen is used for multiple reasons. One reason is, for example, to raise steel temperatures and enhance recycling of scrap metal in the electric air furnaces. Oxygen is also used in sewage treatment and water purification plants. For example, oxygen is forced through water to increase the production of bacteria. And when bacteria production increases, then this bacteria metabolizes the waste products in the water. It's also used in glass manufacturing. It's also used in petroleum recovery and refining. So D, all of the above is the right answer. Let's look at question number 4. India has extradition treaties currently in force with which of the following countries? What is the context? This is today's The Hindu newspaper. United Kingdom nod for extradition of Nirav Modi in PNB case. These countries are also not randomly selected. And this is what you need to understand. UPSC also will not randomly select a country and would ask you whether with these countries we have the extradition treaties or not. Iran is in the news because of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action or Iran nuclear deal. United Kingdom because of the Nirav Modi case, Afghanistan because of the pullout of US and NATO troops from Afghanistan, Egypt is in the news because of the Suez Canal crisis, Israel is in the news because of the elections in Israel, also because of the fact that it was only in the early 1990s that full diplomatic relations were established between India and Israel. And with all these countries, we have the extradition treaties. So D, all of the above is the right answer. Let's look at previous year's question paper 2020. Rajya Sabha has equal powers with Lok Sabha in matter of creating new All India service. No, this is the exclusive power available with Rajya Sabha. A new All India service can be created only by the Parliament, but Parliament cannot initiate it without Rajya Sabha passing a resolution by special majority. The removal of government, it is the special power available with Lok Sabha, because Council of Ministers are collectively accountable to Lok Sabha, not Rajya Sabha. Making cut motions also, it's the exclusive prerogative of Lok Sabha, but in amending the constitution, Rajya Sabha has equal powers with Lok Sabha. B is the right answer. Now let's look at the fact of the day, principle of non-refoulement. What is the context? This is today's Indian Express newspaper, and this is in response to the Supreme Court order which has allowed the government of India to deport the Rohingyas who have come from Myanmar. And this column, written by Prashant Bhushan and Shirail D'Souza, is basically critical of the Supreme Court judgment. But what is this principle of non-refoulement? Let's say, for example, there is a country X. People from X are migrating to a country Y. Now, will this country Y deport all these people back to X? Because all these people have illegally entered Y. Principle of non-refoulement says that this country Y should not deport these people to X if their life is in danger in X. That means if people coming from country X, they're illegally entering country Y should not deport them back to their country because their life is in danger in their country of origin. That's what we call principle of non-refoulement. Delhi High Court, Gujarat High Court, they have said that principle of non-refoulement is an integral part of Article 21 of Indian Constitution, which is right to life and personal liberty. But we can find principle of non-refoulement in various international conventions. For example, Convention Against Torture and Other Cruel, Inhuman or Degrading Treatment or Punishment. India has signed this convention, but it has not ratified this convention. Then we have International Convention for the Protection of All Persons from Enforced Disappearance. Again, India has signed this convention, but India has not ratified this convention. Then we have 1951 Convention relating to the status of refugees and its 1967 protocol. India is not a party to this protocol or to this convention. That is it from our daily quiz. Thank you for being with us. Have a great day.